all your brain cells from smoking weed, that's a fairy tale. I know people 90, down there 100 years old are still smoking, and they can remember a lot of shit. But, you know, I mean, I remember back then, them talks we had. I mean, shoot, you remember. You was right there in the midst, but you was never in harm's way. Nobody I ever have around me that's close to the family I ever put in harm's way. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know how people back in the past, you know, they might be hanging out. In the 80s, you might be hanging out with a rapper or somebody, and the man got 2-3 bricks in the house, which you never supposed to do that. You know what I'm saying? You're not supposed to. I'm not going to be hanging out with Puff and I got 100 bricks in the basement. You know what I'm saying? And we at the house together. No, you don't do that. You don't mix the two. You know what I'm saying? And I learned how to do that very well. And that's why none of my friends fell with me, or they couldn't even though they tried to, you know, insinuate. I used to get letters insinuating. Don't you think it's funny that most of the dudes that been around Puff got life sentences, or they doing it? Listen, man, that man ain't had nothing to do with what I was doing, okay? We enjoyed each other, having fun, partying, man, and we was friends, that's it. He had nothing to do with what I done wrong, you know what I'm saying, or my brother done wrong. No entertainment had nothing to do with what we did wrong, you know what I'm saying, on that side of law. You know, but they try to insinuate difference. You know, just like the Craig Pettis dude, man. Come on, man. How can you put me with this dude? I'm bigger than any plug I ever had, man. I never messed with this dude ever in life, man. I don't know him. We might have ran across each other's path. I'm not saying that we maybe didn't run across each other's path, but I don't remember it. You know what I'm saying? But we definitely never did no business illegally together. You know what I'm saying? We never done no business. I never shot with this man out of Memphis, Tennessee. I never went to Memphis for a plug. You know what I mean?
That's right.
You know, I never done that, man. I don't even know where they come up with that, man. And then the guy's a rat, man. He's been working for the feds for 2 years now. You know what I'm saying? Cooperate. So you can look at my paperwork, man. My paperwork, if I was ratting, it'd be on CNN. You know what I mean?
You better believe it, my nigga.
Yeah, it'd be on CNN. You know, you got some people insinuate, Big Meech telling on Mexicans. How? Look on Wikipedia. It'll tell you Daniel Correll out of L.A., he telling on me. If I had went to trial, he's saying I used to buy 500 at a time from me. You go on Wikipedia and pull it up. It got his face on there. Don't only look at the black rats like Doc and Blanco and all and E. Look at the Connect telling on one plug telling on me. You know what I'm saying? Shit, you know, the penitentiary rules is if you do not call a man hot or a rat or a snitch or that he cooperating with the government without having paperwork able to show your face everywhere, you're not going to read Big Meech and robbed the Mexicans over here, or we killed the Colombians, or we took some from the Jamaicans. You know what I'm saying? That's the dude got a hat or he got boundaries. I can go anywhere on the planet and not worry about nothing. Me and anybody that's from PML. You know what I mean? That's crazy. I can go to the suburbs anywhere, or I can go to any ghetto. A lot of dudes can't do that, man. They don't know that. They don't know that.
That's what it is to be a cultural icon, like real.
And I work hard though. I work hard. You know,
like you are like the real. The way that this Tony Montana character influenced these kids. And his ideas
even myself. Yeah.
But the way that has impacted them, you have impacted them. Only more so because you're not an actor playing a part.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
I'm real life.
You actualized this shit.
Yeah.
You made this shit reality.
Yeah.
They don't have the mental capacity to be able to process that type of shit, man. Like they really do. That's some of the shit I was trying to say back then. You know what I mean? I was like, they don't have the mental capacity to really ascertain what you're doing right now.
But you know, when you doing it, even when you doing it, you know, it's like, it's one thing when you grow up and you're watching people doing it and you're trying to learn from other people's mistakes. But when you become the one, you know, that's why I couldn't take off, like you said. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't I couldn't went nowhere and with a bunch of millions and hid. You know what I'm saying? Because I became the one. So you know what I'm saying? I become the one. So it's like I'm the one setting precedents everywhere. Now I'm feeling like I made it, Cavario. I'm looking up. All my friends are mostly entertainers. I still got street friends. Don't get me wrong. But all my friends, I'm in the entertainment door. I'm in that realm now. Now I'm finna start making a lot of legitimate money, and the feds just came and snatched me up. You know what I'm saying? And being that I got a letter from somebody saying that basically because I never changed my address from being Detroit, Michigan, is the reason why Michigan could snatch me up and indict me. You see what I'm saying? What? Hold on 1 second. Hold on. Hello?
Yeah, I mean.
Hello? Yeah. Yeah, so that's what, and I didn't even know that. I just found that out in a letter, like I'm saying. But
you just found that out when?
Tonight, in a letter, somebody wrote me.
What?
Yeah, in a letter somebody wrote me. But, I couldn't do it. If I was for self, I could have did that. I could have grabbed me a bunch of millions and been on somewhere where you can't be extradited. But that wasn't what I was out for. I've already played the illegal game to the fullest, so now I was trying to legitimize me and the whole family. I mean, I was 37 years old when I got picked up, so I was slowing down anyway, as far as I was getting kind of tired. But when you the face of the family, that's the one thing that I was starting to learn. Even at 37 years old, even though I'm feeling old because I've been doing it so long, like I was getting kind of tired. You know me, I'm popping pills, smoking weed, drinking, and partying, freaking, getting money, got whips going up and down the road. I'm doing everything to try to make this family successful, and everything we do look big. Everything we do gotta look big. You know what I'm saying? And I think for real, I like Cash Money, but they probably wouldn't have been what they was if we was out there. You know, what they are now if we was out there. You know what I'm saying? Or we would have all been a part of something together or something. But because they weren't that big, they wasn't as big as they are now when we were out there. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he just been Lil Wayne, and he was the president of nothing when I was out there. You know what I'm saying? He was the president, but the president of nothing. Blue was the president of BMF Entertainment off the rip once I got it legitimized, you know what I'm saying? But, I guess the government just couldn't, with the things that transpired, with the different situations after certain clubs, and then they just started putting anybody in black, whatever they did wrong, and it was BMF. That they just started painting a picture to say that they needed to get us off the street. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. And that was, I've seen it happen so many times that I knew the blueprint. I knew the move. I've seen it happen so many times before.
Yeah, you talked about it. I remember in 2003 we talked about it before that night. It happened, man. Just so happened you went to Magic City that night. You remember that?
Yeah. You remember, huh?
Yeah. Oh, man, come on, man. My memory is good, man. Yeah. My memory is good. One thing, drugs enhance you, some of them. You just can't overdo them, man. You know what I'm saying? But they enhance. Man, I remember everything, man. All that, you lose all your brain cells from smoking weed, that's a fairy tale. I know people 90, down there 100 years old are still smoking, and they can remember a lot of shit. But, I remember back then, them talks we had. I mean, shoot, you remember. You seen, you was right there in the midst, but you was never in harm's way. Nobody I ever have around me that's close to the family are ever put in harm's way. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know how people back in the past, you know, they might be hanging out. In the 80s, you might be hanging out with a robber or somebody and the man got 2-3 bricks in the house, which you never supposed to do that. You know what I'm saying? You're not supposed to. I'm not going to be hanging out with Puff and I got 100 bricks in the basement. You know what I'm saying? And be at the house together. No, you don't do that.